Hello students, in the previous video we see the structure of eye. Here we will learn about the examination of eye. If a animal comes with some ophthalmic problem, how we should approach to that case. So we can examine the animal. So through the test we can examine the animal through the walking condition or in the travis or on the table. Grossly we can rule out the problems of nystagmus and squint. Nystagmus is the involuntary movement of the eyeball resulting from the unequal tonus of two antagonistic voluntary muscles of the eye. And the squint, it is the deviation of the globe from its proper axis due to excessive tension in opposing extraocular muscles. Both we can see through the naked eyes, and for the examination of eye we can better examine with the use of mydriatic agents such as 1% tropicamide and others. We go for the visual acuity test. Here we can use the Minnes test. Here the reflex blinking in the response to the rapid approach of an object is seen. We bring our palm hand rapidly towards the eye of the animal. If it shows the reflexes blinking, it means these reflexes are present, and it is used as a diagnostic procedure to rule out the cortical nerve damage, that is C2 and C7. Then we go for the palpebral, corneal or dasal reflex. Here the touching the eyelids or the cornea and through the bright light reflexes are seen. And the other reflex we see for the PLR, that is pupillary light reflex. Here the light is thrown on the eye and the size constrictions of the pupil is seen. If it is present there, it means these reflexes are also okay in that animal. Then we go for the maze test or obstacle course test. Here we can see the pathway of the maze. If you remember, in the childhood you used to play that problems that let the mouse reach to the cheese or some another thing. Here also in the same manner the dog is about to walk in the some maze like pattern in the unfamiliar environment where the obstacles are present in the different randomly. If its dog is unable to walk properly, or if it hits or strikes to the obstacle, it means there is some visual problem in that animal. Grossly, we go for the eyelid examination for any presence of swelling, lacerations, tumors, entropion or ectropion conditions, or stye or the hordeolum and others conditions. We examine the cornea for the any presence of conjunctiva, for the conjunctivitis or any anemia, icterus or any severe lacrimation, that is epiphora. Then we examine the cornea for any the ulcers or opacity. If the ulcers are present, we suspect for the ulcers, we can use the 2% fluorescent dye, rose bengal or mercurochrome. Then we examine the lens for the opacity, that is the cataract. We can use the ophthalmoscope, that is the direct or indirect. There are some techniques or tools we use for examine the lens and the other structures of the eyes. That is the Purkinje-Senson's images or reflexes. It is used in the detection of dislocation of lens. Here we can see the reflections that comes from the different structures of the eyes, and at least 4 images we can see: P1, P2, P3 and P4. P1, it's from the outer surface of cornea. P2, it is the reflection from inner surface of cornea. P3 from anterior surface of lens, and P4 from posterior surface of lens. But in case of dislocations, these reflections will go in the different directions, as we can see in the below image. Then we use the slit lamp. It's a microscope with a bright light. By this method, all the structures at the front of the eye and inside the eye can be seen, even the optic nerve. Then the intraocular pressure, the normal is the 20 to 25 mmHg in case of dogs, but in glaucoma it increase 4 to 5 times. And with the help of the digital tonometry or the Squartz tonometer, we can measure the intraocular pressure. In the digital tonometry, the hands is placed on the finger on the cornea. It is used where there is the corneal damage and we can't use the Squartz tonometer, but if everything is okay, we can use the Squartz tonometer under AP block and the surface anesthesia with 4% lignocaine. The instrument is put on the cornea and the reading is read out at the scale. The another technique we can use is the gonioscopy. It is used to view the iridocorneal angle and the ciliary cleft. Here the special gonio lenses are placed on the cornea and are viewed with the slit lamp or microscope. It is a useful diagnostic tool in case of glaucoma. Next, for the tear production in the eye, we do the Schirmer tear test, where the special Schirmer tear strips are used and it indicates the tear production. Then, after the clinical examination, we can go for the radiological examination if we suspect for some orbital fractures, any tumors or foreign bodies. And we can go for the contrast radiography too, and the most popular we can go for dacrocystorhinography. If we suspect some infection, we can go for bacteriological examination and the ABSTs, and in case of tumors, we can go for the biopsies. The images related to this lecture has been shared along with the video. Please go through that also. Thank you.